What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Ramos Stories. I know it's been a while. It's been a while. It is September 11th. Yeah, I'm looking at my commemorative paperweight, 9/11 paperweight. That I don't want to say who gave it to me, but he is canceled from the LA comedies. I don't even know if he's canceled. I mean, he's been doing sets around town, so But I'm talking about Ian Ira Russo. Okay, it's so messed up. I was the last guest on his podcast, and he gifted me this. Okay, whatever. What's been up with me? I've been doing Jean-Luc a lot. Jean-Luc the Clown, for those who don't know. Go check him out on YouTube's or on Vine. And yeah, Jean-Luc the Clown's a character I created 15 years ago at the Rivoli. Brian Barlow, comic who also lives in LA now, invited me to do it. And I came up with this character called Jean-Luc. He's a French clown. I'm not going to say French from France, but French Quebecois. He has a Quebecois accent, okay, so he talks like this sometimes. And he was born in Montreal, Canada at a very young age. And at 11 years old, he ran away from home because he told his parents to shut up. And then he went to the park, and then these two guys saw him, on the teeter-totter because Jean-Luc loves to balance. And the two guys were like, hey, that kid's cool. So you know what they did? The two guys kidnapped Jean-Luc, that's right. Boing! They put him in a potato bag sack and put him in the back of the truck, and then for 9 days, Jean-Luc was inside of the bag, yelling out, help me, help me, help me, it's too hot in here. But that's okay, because Jean-Luc found 3 potatoes, and he named them Eric, La Flamme, and La Joie. And these 3 little potato little patates taught Jean-Luc 3 important lessons. They taught him how to play hot potato. Oh, 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 oh. They taught him how to juggle. Mm-hmm. And they taught him the meaning of friendship. Now, I'm going to stop the story because if you want to know more, just go on YouTube and find the whole Jean-Luc history. So I've been doing Jean-Luc for 15 years, and he finally made it to the Comedy Store. That's right. Every Monday, you can see Jean-Luc do his thing at the Ding Dong Show, hosted by Don Barris. Windy City Heat. Go check it out. Windy City Heat, Don Barris. It's the longest running show at the Comedy Store, all the way upstairs in the belly room. And, yeah, cast of fun characters. You got Mary Jane, who co-hosts it. You got David on soundboard. You got Mayhem, goat versus fish. You got a big goat or a fish. You got Cynthia Brazil, who also appeared on Kill Tony. You got freaking Mayhem and Jenya. And they do this weird freaking dominatrix wrestling thing. It is amazing. She calls him, you American P word, and I'm not going to say it. You got to come out at 10:30, Belly Room, Comedy Store, Don Barris, Ding Dong Show. So I think it's almost been a month since I've been there, and just last Monday, last Tuesday, or 2 days ago, I did the main stage at the Comedy Store, the big one, the main room. And I was at the end, I was closing it. Okay, you got you got Eric Rocha opening it. And then Steph Tolev, Pauly Shore, pop-in of Louis C.K. It was so funny. We were all in the back in the green room, and then Sam Tripoli was like, everyone get out of the green room now! We all get out, and we're all like sitting in the freaking chairs outside, wondering, why are we all out here? Like peasants! I didn't care. I was loving it. All of a sudden, I go back to prep my props and my accordion, and also see what's up. Like, why the hell are we all kicked out of this green room? There was Dave's chicken there. There was some nice donuts. There were water bottles there. And I walked back to the show, and all of a sudden, there's this big figure, balding, red-headed man, and my eyes had like makeup on it, when you on the eyelash, right? So I couldn't really see who it was, but within 2 seconds, I knew, and I just went, "Hey, Louie." And I'm walking, and he looks at me, and he goes, "Oh, hey." And I'm walking back to where I'm sitting down, and I'm like, I'm on a show with Pauly Shore, Louis C.K., Bert Kreischer, Tim Dillon, Steph Tolev. Freaking Bobby Lee pops out of nowhere just to say what's up. And I'm closing this biatch. So Louis pops up, and I'm standing beside Pauly Shore. We're not sitting down, but we're like in the main room, and we're just standing, watching side by side, Louis doing his thing. Louis offending anyone and everyone, obviously. And I don't know, I think he does about 20 or 25 minutes. The light still doesn't go on, And he stops and he goes, yeah, where's the light? Have you guys given me the light? And then he just goes, yeah, or are you guys gonna send out a clown to like take me off stage or something? Like, what's... Pauly looks at me, I look at Pauly. Pauly shakes his head and he goes, dude. And I just look at Pauly, I'm like, I love you, man. So, whatever, Louis does a lot of time, he bumps everyone, but I don't care. I'm like looking forward to closing this biatch. So there's 3 more comedians left. Wendy Wilkins goes. She does her thing. And I'm behind with Cole Young. Cole Young, who is an old man, but he's young at heart. He opened for Russell Peters, Dave Attell. Amazing guy. And I go to him. Okay, so Cole, remember, Jean-Luc the Clown. He's like, Jean-Luc, you got it. He walks off stage. Or he walks on stage and does his thing. Now, as Cole is talking, I'm now in the Jean-Luc zone. Okay. I get a text from Pete Nash, guy from Open Micers. He's like, hey, only like, I don't know, maybe less than 40% or maybe 30% of the audience is left. And I'm like zoned in. I'm like, okay. I grab my accordion, I put it on, skateboard to my left, and then my box of tricks to my right. And as I'm waiting in the far left corner of the backstage of the main room, I'm like just right behind the curtains, or right in front of the curtains. My eyes are closed, curtains are in front of my face, and I could feel it. And it just reminded me of the first time I performed on stage. It was at Wager High School. I was hosting the variety show. It was me and Rajiv, this other guy, co-hosting it. And I remember just like waiting, and Cole Young, as soon as he says Jean-Luc the Clown, curtains open, I walk up and I just trip, laugh. Oh yeah. I grab the stool, I put my accordion box or my box of tricks on the stool, skateboard down, and I start with the Jean-Luc theme song, But as I'm setting up, I'm looking at the audience. To my left, I see my crew of Jean-Lucians. Like, two of them were wearing makeup. You got Silly Boy, and then you got Kimmy. Kimmy the Clown. She assists me once in a while. And you got Pete. And then I see a couple of couples in front of me, and then to the far right. And what kind of mattered the most for me were the shadows in the back, right? The ones who are the staff or the comedians or, anyone that just wants to pop in and see, right? So in my mind, I'm playing it to them, right? So I do my little theme song, welcome to Funny 101, where we will have tons of amusements. I do my bit, I do Cufa, I bring out Alfredo, I do the balloon bit, I do a little bit of magic, I think. I'm not too sure. It was a blur. But I just plowed through. I see the light. Boom, 1 minute left. That's when I do my bouncing trick where I take out my carpet, set it on the ground, and then have the balloon there. Or, sorry, have the bottle there, and then start playing the accordion. Oh, Danny boy. And it took me a couple of seconds. You know what? I just realized I didn't even finish the song. I'm so disappointed in myself. I didn't want to die. I mean, I could have played the full song, but I also didn't want to go to overtime. So, anyway, I played as long as I can. I almost tripped and died, so whatever. Boom. We left it as that. Bowed. And then I started giving everyone these golden tickets, right? These little golden cards out of my pocket with my information on it. I just yell, who wants gold? Who wants gold? I like gold. I'm flicking the cards as if I'm like a magician. Oh, I kind of am. So I'm giving it away and stuff, and then as I'm like packing up, I'm gathering all my shit, and shit is just dropping and falling, and that's another like 2 minutes of me on stage, and everyone was just watching, laughing and waiting, and yeah, boom, slowly fade the music up. I leave, and yeah, that's about it. So Jean-Luc is at the main room, or finally did the main room. Check Jean-Luc out at the Ding Dong Show every Monday. I want to thank everyone, every weirdo that came out to support Jean-Luc and his little adventure. Yeah, back in 2016, when I first moved here, I made a movie called After the Laughs. Okay, After the Laughs. It has two different meanings. Like what happens after the show is over, after the laughter is done, right? And also, me as a performer, it's a drug, right? Laughter. I'm after it. After the laughs, I am going after it. So I write this movie based on my dreams. It's going to be so cheesy. You don't have to. Anyone that's listening right now, you don't have to believe anything I say, but I wrote this movie in hopes of me making it, The movie was about a Filipino clown on Hollywood, going through the ringer of performing in the daytime, hustling, getting that money, and then getting auditions, doing auditions that he doesn't want to do, and, getting an agent, like all of that shit, right? So I wrote all that in hopes of all of that coming true, because when I first moved to LA, I didn't have anything. No agent, no manager, no nothing, no connections to the Comedy Store. I was just everything that I've done in Canada, in Montreal, Toronto, and in New York. The 4 years that I was in New York. Shout outs to Business Computer, UCB, Pit Theater, The Tank. Yeah, you know. You can't rush your career. A lot of people that started stand up in like 2015 or 16 or something. I don't know. There's something about the entitlement of wanting or deserving to be on stage or have their name on the Comedy Store walls. Or someone told me that, yeah, there were two comics that are, that were complaining that Jean-Luc is in their main room. And I said, good. I was like, good. I like that. That's what I want to hear. Whoever you guys are, thank you. It's yeah, so now that I'm at the Comedy Store, I'm the only clown at the Comedy Store on Hollywood. So we go from After the Laughs, Hoping and Wishing back in 2016, and right now it's 2025. And yeah, I don't know, 2 years after the Laughs, I got an agent and manager, and then, shit started popping. I tested for an ABC movie I tested for an ABC sitcom for the lead of a sitcom. It was me or Donald Faison for the role. And, yeah, 3 callbacks, just like the shit I wrote in After the Laughs. It's very, I don't know. There's a lot of deja vu moments in my life, or, dreams that would come true, right? Like, I remember watching Bobby Lee in Montreal, Canada. Just watching Mad TV. And as I started my career, I was just watching him from afar. I'm like, if this guy is doing it, then I think I'll be okay. That's crazy. Like, dude, I'm just a fucking kid from Montreal, Canada. There's no way. I remember like thinking my parents would never let me move to Toronto or even like leave Montreal. Yeah. Go check out Open Micers on YouTube. Follow Dan Ramos Comedy. Follow Jean-Luc the Clown on Instagram. Follow Open Micers Show. Thanks for listening to Ramos Stories. Follow Ramos Stories. All right, love you guys. Peace.